what real independent journalism looks like.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Welcome to the MG Show, everyone. Wow, we got a lot of people here at Rumble right now. We got Nicole, Simon, what's up? Kimma, Nicole. Oh, Nicole is naked. We got some naked people in there. We need our red castle, green castles, guys. Major IP Bonster's out there. Bonster, hope you're feeling better. One good eye. What's up? Rocky's mama. Scott to Shannon. Hello, how are you today? Nice kilt you got there. Simon Elevate, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. One Leg Craig. Happy Monday, America. Sean Linan, hello. Say where you're from, guys. Where are you guys from? How about our YouTube? We got Sparky over on YouTube. Joe Kalupa. Joe Culpa, hello. Liberty 111 is out there. Liberty, I hope you had a great birthday weekend. It's your birthday month, so keep celebrating. Right, Shady?
That's exactly right.
Philip Proffer's out there on YouTube. Light in the Dark, hello. How are you guys doing? And Kimma, good morning to you, too. And Sean Linan is from Minnesota. Let's go. Oh, my gosh, Minnesota. What a bunch of crap is... Summer of Love Part 2 is about to redo, guys. They're setting it up. You know, what happens when you get an animal backed into the corner? This is what happens, guys, as we know. G. Westbury, 1 subscription to the MG Show. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Welcome to each and every one of you, and thank you so much for joining us here, where we dissect the news in a little bit different of a manner, where we decide for ourselves what it is that we're going to think, and where we decide that we worked very, very hard to get Donald Trump and this historic cabinet elected, and we intend on supporting them. And the winning, my friends, is just beginning. If you think that you've had like the bulk of your winning in this first year, let me tell you that you have not. All we have done in the first year is clean the slate, built a foundation, and got everything set for what is to come for America. We have to have a solid foundation for this behemoth of an economy to rest on. You see, all these people, Jeff, keep trying to drag you back into the Cold War narrative. They got to have you in that doom and gloom bunker or in the seed vault up there in Norway, where you're not paying attention to anything that's going on, so that you'll continue to feed their system of control. And their system of control is fear. And they've been using fear to control you for decades and decades and decades with information. Well, guess what? We have reached the realm of reality where information is now free and transparent, and you can go find it anywhere you wish to. So thank you guys all for joining us here. We're doing something a little bit different than any of the other people that talk about conspiracies.
I wanted to just really quick say, speaking of winning, The Bears.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You had a 92% chance of winning that game and you choked. Yeah. Hi, Packer fans. You got the cheese graters going on. All right. I just had to do that.
Yeah, I noticed that you were like busting at the seams to get that out.
So go Bears. Thank you very much. We'll see what happens, guys. It was a great game. I don't know if you saw it. I mean, I'm 3/4 sitting there going, oh my God, we lost it. We lost it. We lost it. And then all of a sudden we win. Imagine that. That's the 7th cardiac comeback for the Bears this year, guys. Thank you so much. Hello from Michigan. We got John from Michigan, Lisa from Wisconsin. We got Utah, Cynthia. We got Idaho, Trusting. How you doing? Kimma, good morning,
Hello.
YouTube fam. She's over there too. Hi, Kimma. Debbie's out there. Open state of mind. Absolutely. Hi, Sparky. Isn't that funny? Illinois. And yep, he is professor. Gosh, that's so good. Oh my God. Miami's in the house. Simon, what's up? DS Pawn, I think. I don't know how to say that, but California, Cali. Nicole is not naked anymore. Thank you so much for whoever did that. We had subscriptions by Mary. Thank you. 1 subscription. G. Westbury, a subscription. Sean Linan, thank you so much. And EMP Hands. You guys are awesome, guys. Wow. Thank you so much. Bruh, the NFL is by their own admission. I know. I'm a Bears fan. Sorry about that. Can't help it.
It spills out.
Yeah, it does.
It's okay.
It's all rigged, Jeff. I know, right? Good.
At least it's rigged in your favor this
At
time.
least it was rigged in my favor. That's all I care about.
That's good enough.
Agent Miami, oh my gosh, US dollar tether. Thank you so much. Tip via Rumble Wallet. I want to just tell you right now that this Rumble Wallet, we've already made like $2, Shady Groove.
I know.
Gold, guys.
Because gold is going up.
Did you see that? So if you can tip in the gold, the tether gold, that would be awesome. It's $4,600, guys. And silver, I looked at it, was like $85 an ounce, guys.
And climbing.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Because the metals market is actually starting to normalize as opposed to be artificially suppressed. The reason that you needed subsidies and the reason that you needed your government to overlord on you was because of the artificial suppression of almost every commodity and every metal in the market. This is the way that they have utilized the Federal Reserve over the last 100 years to steal everything from you. And it's just very interesting right now because even today we're going to be reporting to you how that relates to you.
Yeah. I mean, guys, it's incredible. You got Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed. Restructure, not end, guys. Are we going to end the Fed? Restructure, okay? I don't know how many people that followed Q are saying end the Fed when Q told us that it's going to be restructured. They've got tools that will help Americans if it's used for good, okay? The interest rates, everything that Donald Trump is talking about is all about that, okay? And if it's, actually running for we the people instead of they the bloodlines, you're going to see massive changes in the Fed for the good. It's a restructuring scenario, guys. So it's not an end, but Jerome Powell was caught lying, saying that it was his TDS, Shady Groove. It was Trump. No, it was Anna Paula Luna who actually referred you for criminal charges. Sorry. And your stupid ass budget to refurbish all these buildings, and you lied to Congress.
Literally, he's trying to put a basement in the building of the Federal Reserve that's right beside the Potomac River. Yeah. One of the dumbest moves you got. You want to talk about like the ability to launder billions of dollars? Well, that right there will get you there that's actually a good example of how the mafia / cartel work within business and what it is that they do and how they manipulate everything, including something like this. The billions of dollars. You don't need a basement for the Fed. You could build a parking garage across the street and put a tunnel over there above the street or something. You could do anything with that. But I'm going to make a bold prediction. Can I make a bold prediction on this early Monday morning? Because we're moving into the golden age, and the golden age is going to, rising tide brings up every single boat. So that would mean that even the people that don't like Donald Trump, their boat's going to rise up above the tide level, even if they don't want it to. But this is what I think is going to happen. I think within the next couple of years, you're going to see something that you've never seen in your life, and that is going to be something like a $500 bill or possibly that $1,000 bill. You could even possibly within the next couple of years see a $10,000 note reemerge in the economy. Why? because because you're going to have so much wealth that it's not going to be able to be accounted for in $100 bills any longer. The $100 bill, and that being the highest bill that you can have in your economy, is a very significant marker to the what I would consider their end goal of the Fed to begin with, which is to whittle away your ability to do business amongst each other without the man with his hand out in the middle. That is what's being restored to our country. The cashless society idea is going away. And I think that the golden age is going to have at least a $500 bill, but possibly a $1,000 bill.
Awesome, man. We're going to be like Weimar.
Maybe.
Did you like the live over on YouTube? Please like the live over on YouTube. Get over there, like it. Like the live here on Rumble as well, guys. Thank you. And I want to give another special thanks to Agent Miami. Thank you for the donation on Rumble Wallet, guys. Rumble Wallet. If you don't have the app, I was talking with like Bonster Q and some other people in the chat that we have together, and Shady, and I are realizing that I understand crypto now better than I ever did because of the Rumble wallet. You can use it personally. You don't have to tip the creators, even though we'd love you to tip us. But you can use it to your benefit, guys. You can buy, USD dollar. You can tether it to the dollar. You can tether it to gold, and you can tether it, and you can buy Bitcoin, guys. It's pretty awesome. I'm telling you right now, Rumble Wallet on your iOS or your Android. Get the app, get it, because it is amazing, guys, and it helps this show. We get 100%, and if the market goes up, we get more, and sadly, if the market goes down, we get less. However, it's a great gamble, guys. Thank you very much.
Well, truthfully, it is effectively, after looking into it, I didn't quite realize this, but it is effectively a standalone wallet. So you don't have to go to get Coinbase or these other different wallets. You can literally just use a Rumble wallet, and it becomes that's like a bank account for you for crypto or for regular money or gold or silver or platinum.
All right, when are you going to be done so I can interrupt you?
I'm done.
Because I feel like so we do have a little bit of a lag, guys. So if, when Shay, I usually try to see when he stops, and it's hard to find out because we do have about it's a little bit less than a second, but it's enough to kind of throw you off every now and again, guys.
Yeah, but there's a problem because sometimes I act like I'm done talking, but then more stuff, I decide to say more stuff, and then you want to talk, and then I try to say that's the way it is.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we worked that out in counseling, by the way.
We did. Liberty Warrior 1776. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much. Wow, another year.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. Amy Hoffman's out there in YouTube. Good morning, MG Show fam, and Miss North. I always do that. Why do I do this, Shady Groove?
If I could see it, me so north, I think is what you're trying to say. Me so north, is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
Shady, get it?
Yeah, probably. I never get it. So, anyways, I would like to start off because there's so much going on. Okay, and I want to let you guys know that yes, we're going to go over the Crossfire Hurricane. To the Grand Jury in Judge Cannon's district in Fort Pierce, Florida. We're going to go over that. Rev Rob, thank you so much. $17 into the gold. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys.
Thank you so much. That's a big problem, Jeff. Yeah. Having a judge that likes Donald Trump is a huge problem. Yeah. You've got to have a judge that likes the deep state only. You're not allowed to have another type of judge, bro.
That's right. And I'm not sure if Cannon is the judge, but it's another one that is around Cannon. So I'm not sure. We'll go into that a little bit later. But there's so much going on. U.S. talks with India. Trade talks will be starting again this week. The new president of Venezuela is Donald J. Trump, according to Wikipedia. Shady.
I know.
Acting president of Venezuela. I'm surprised it wasn't Marco, but I think he's going to be reserved for Cuba because that's also in the news, guys. Cuba's happening. Iran, guys. The Iranian people they have the power and they're standing up strong. This isn't like the last time,
But I'm telling you right now, I am so proud of the Iranian people for sticking up for themselves and getting out this Ayatollah Khomeini that was put in by the CIA. Can we just say that, Shady? That's not a black pill, is
we
it?
could absolutely say that. And the reason that he was the reason that the Khomeini was put in was because of the successful operation to generate 2 world wars and to effectively put America on hold for the future.
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. So America stopped drilling oil so that we could continue to buy it from the sands of the desert over in the Middle East, everybody. That's what Donald Trump is turning around. The idea that energy is the key to your economy. Energy is what runs your economy. And if every single drop of oil that we spend to put in our vehicles or whatever we run on fossil fuels comes from the Middle East, then they benefit. They are able to wield a communist regime over their people because we're effectively in contract to manipulate and buy their oil for them. So that is all ending. It's all ending big time. And now the whole power structure is reshifting to where it should be, right here in the good old US of A.
Yeah, and we also have some more breaking news about Marco Rubio. How many jobs does that guy have now, Shady?
We're over at 14.
Wow. How many jobs you got, man?
He's going to be the leader of Cuba soon. That one he's clearing his calendar for. That's coming up. Cuba will fall within the next 30 days, in my opinion.
Well, this is breaking news. The President of the United States appoints Marco Rubio as third co-host of the MG show since he's not busy.
No,
Huh?
no, POTUS. No, we're not doing that.
You don't want Marco?
Marco has got too much on his plate, and he's very opinionated, and he's gonna take time away from the shady rants. I'm not having that.
Oh my God, I know, right? Thank you so much, Tartarium and Scottish Anon for that. That made me chortle this weekend, by the way. So I just reposted it on X. I
had to draw a line, guys.
Shady's drawing a line, guys. All right, so there's so much going on, folks, that it's so hard to actually put a title into this. However, President Trump will talk about a lot of this stuff going on from his gaggle that he had on his way back to Washington, D.C. From Mar-a-Lago from this weekend. By the way, Friday, apparently, Shady Groove, they found a suspicious something or other on the route for Donald J. Trump, so they had to reroute him from the airport to Mar-a-Lago. Very interesting, guys. You don't hear about these kind of attacks or people being unalived, okay? Like remember on when the president was pew-pewed, okay? That doesn't happen, okay? These kind of threats don't happen. And then the other attempts on his life, all this doesn't happen if you're on their side. I don't think people understand the gravity of this situation, Shady. This president is against the deep state. This president is against the military intelligence collective, if you will. This president is against the bloodlines that control your country, guys. This president just handed you the oil back from the bloodlines to you, okay? Trump is not in charge of the oil. Trump is the president of the United States, where the oil is going into the United States' coffers, okay? Not his coffers, your coffers. He basically just destroyed what they've done to the Middle East for years, Shady Groove.
He has. And he's effectively bringing it
That's
home.
No black pill.
It's not a black pill. He's bringing it home. He's bringing the system back to normalcy. We, believe it or not, through all of its problems that we had going into the late part of the 20th century, the end of the 1800s, there was so much distrust in the systems that were going on then because of the political influence that had started to occur from Europe. A number of governors had been compromised. A number of people that were elected into the House were compromised. And that's effectively how they were able to get these people and convince these people to make the vote that they voted on to create the Fed to begin with. Because Andrew Jackson made sure that he made enough noise. If you go back and you look at the historical record of what Andrew Jackson was doing during his presidency about trying to teach America why they could not sustain a federal, or not a Federal Reserve, but a central bank. You could not sustain a central bank against the European interest. And he made the argument that because of their enormous wealth, that the kings and the queens of the rest of the world compared to the small amount, even though it was a large amount of wealth, but America wasn't wealthy compared to all of that wealth. And he said to you, if you allow the central banks, that wealth will attack the throat of your country and will strangle you to death. He literally told people that. So it took about 60 years for that message to go away. We've got to bring this historical stuff back, and we got to talk about it in context with what it really means for the economy and your day-to-day life. These things don't change over time. These are norms, and Trump is normalizing Andrew Jackson's perspective, which your forefathers, not forefathers, founding fathers, but your ancestors, the people that lived in the mid 1800s, vehemently agreed with him.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, guys, real quick, just so you know about the Rumble wallet, this is the tip jar right here. It's on our page, okay? You can click that right there, or if you go into the video, you go here. Oh, wow, they're getting DDoS, Shady. Wow. You can hit tip here. It's on our page. Oh, you can hit tip right here. It goes right there. There's your scan to tip with Rumble wallet. Also, if you do have a Rumble wallet, you'll see us there if you subscribe to us. I appreciate that. Wow. Amazing. Wow. All right. So with that, Shady Group, before we get into that, let's go ahead and accept this and start. Since we're talking about the Rumble wallet, I think it's a very interesting and amazing thing for us, the creators, and you. They can cancel your accounts. They can freeze your cards, decide what you're allowed to buy, say, or support. Big banks and financial institutions have total control, and they use it. This is why financial independence matters now more than ever. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a wallet built for real freedom. With Rumble Wallet, you control your money, not a bank. Not a government and not a tech company. Buy digital assets like Tether Gold, and Bitcoin in one secure place. No permission, no middleman, no cancel button. And when you want to support the creators you actually believe in, you can use the Rumble Wallet app directly, tip content creators securely, instantly, and without interference. This isn't a credit card line that they can shut off. It's your wallet permanently. Yours to protect your future. Yours to protect your family. When the system fails, will the institutions turn on their own people? Financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability. Rumble Wallet isn't about politics. It's about freedom, ownership, and protecting what's yours. So take control today. Download Rumble Wallet now and step away from the big banks for good. True ownership, true protection, true financial freedom.
That's the future. Your financial freedom is the bedrock of the future. That your financial freedom was actually the bedrock of the beginning of America. The reason that we decided to go out there and throw a bunch of tea in the harbor was because we were demanding financial freedom, and we were sick to death and tired of people pretending like in the newspapers that they were supporting what was going on in the colonies, but in all reality, they were supporting the king.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's happening today. That same dynamic is happening today. Yep, that's it.
Oh, okay. Illustrating a point, guys. I'm just kidding. So here we go, Shady. Good points. Thank you. And we're going to go into Donald J. Trump's Gaggle this weekend, Sunday. It's the Sunday night. And a lot was discussed here, guys, because there's so much going on. It's even hard to put one title on these podcasts, Shady. It's there's just too much. There's so much. So let's see what the pulse of the fake news and the clown mouthpiece, CNN, let's see what they have to say. Let's see what they asked the president. Let's see his answers. Here we go. You ready, Shady?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
What a nice grouping this is. This is really nice. Look at this. It's going to be very rough in about 10 minutes, so we'll have to go a little bit quickly. They just said very, very rough.
Lincoln Logger, thank you. $17 on you gold tether. Thank you.
They're starting to, it looks like, and there seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options. We'll make a determination.
Which options have you been briefed on? Are you meeting with senior officials?
I'm going to tell you the.
Are you meeting with
Am I going to really? Are you asking me to say what will they do? Where will we attack? When? And at what angle will we attack from?
Are you I'm with the U.S. White House TV pool. I'm wondering, are you being briefed on options? I'm with CNN, sir.
Why don't you you say I'm with CNN. She says, I'm with the White House pool. And I say, what? You're with CNN. You're with fake news. Because CNN is fake news. Go ahead, give me a question.
Can I ask how you're balancing and how you're deciding your response, the balance between helping protesters versus hindering them? Because I imagine that's a delicate balance to strike.
I mean, some of the protesters were killed through the stampeding. I mean, there's so many of them. And some were shot. We get a full report. I'm getting an hourly report. And we're going to make a determination.
Sir, the son of the disposed Shah and some military leaders are encouraging you to take action in Iran. Is that a serious option? And
people have been shot, and we're looking at it. Yeah, please.
Are you going to go to Venezuela? Or is Secretary Rubio going to go to Venezuela?
We're going somewhere. We're doing well. Venezuela is really working out well. We're working along really well with the leadership, and we'll see how it all works out.
Are you going to meet with Dulcie to go?
At some point I'll meet. It's been very good. Look, she asked us, can we take 50 million barrels of oil? And I said, yes, we can. It's $4.2 billion. And it's on its way right now to the United States.
When will you meet with Machado this week?
There's something to grab here. Because it's going to get rough, and I don't seem to be in a great. I think you did this to me. You put me in a position where there's absolutely nothing to grab. So I'm looking for something to grab, and it's not going to be Caroline.
Have any oil companies made commitments to you, sir? Have any oil companies made commitments to the United States after your meeting on Friday, sir? Yeah. Which have Exxon?
No, I don't want to say. No, I didn't like Exxon's response. We have so many that want it. I'd probably be inclined to keep Exxon out. I didn't like their response. They're playing too cute.
What backstops or guarantees have you told the oil companies that you're willing to provide?
Guarantees that they're going to be safe, that there's going to be no problem, and there won't be. There's not going to be a problem. They had problems in the past because they didn't have Trump as a president. They had stupid people.
What kind of deal are you looking for from Cuba? What kind of deal are you looking for from Cuba?
You're going to find out pretty soon. We're talking to Cuba, and you'll find out pretty soon. And one of the things I want taken care of, and one of the groups I want taken care of, are the people that came from Cuba that were forced out or left under duress, and they're great citizens of the United States right now. You have a lot of people forced out of Cuba unfairly, so we're going to take care of, most importantly right now, we're going to take care of the people that came from Cuba that are American citizens or in our country.
Do you plan to seize any oil tankers that are headed to Cuba?
Well, we have a lot of oil people really interested. You saw that the other day. That was just a small group because the room in the White House, we need the ballroom, actually. We could have built up the ballroom practically. We have so many people that want to go in for oil. So you saw some great companies.
Are you going to send Starlink to Iran, sir, to help the people on the ground with the internet blackout for more than 72 hours?
We're going to be talking about that. We may get the internet going, if that's possible.
Are you talking to Musk
We
about
may
it?
speak to Elon, because as you know, he's very good at that kind of thing. He's got a very good company. So we may speak to Elon Musk. And in fact, I'm going to call him as soon as I'm finished with you.
Iran said that they would consider military and commercial bases as legitimate targets if you struck. Are you concerned about?
If they do that, we'll consider things targets that they wouldn't believe. If they do that, we will hit them at levels that they've never been hit before. They won't even believe it. I have options that are so strong. So I mean, if they did that, it'll be met with a very, very powerful force.
I think Iran takes your threats seriously.
Don't you think so, CNN? Don't you think so? Wouldn't you say that they probably do at this point? After going through it for years with me, being hit, Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, the Iran nuclear threat wiped out, don't you think, and then you just had Venezuela, don't you think, she says, CNN, do you think they take your threat seriously? Wouldn't you say they do after all of the things we've done? What a stupid question. Go ahead.
Are you coordinating with allies on the response to Iran?
Sir,
President, when will you meet with Maria Corina Machado this week?
I don't know. I hear Tuesday or Wednesday. I look forward to that.
Have you named your board of peace for Gaza yet? Where do those plans stand?
The board of peace is being formed, but essentially it's the most important leaders of the most important nations. All nations, but the most important, you take the most important leaders and nations, that's who the board of peace is going to be. Everybody wants to be on it.
One group taking your threat seriously is one area taking your threat, the New York Post.
New York Post treats me semi-fairly. So go ahead.
One group taking your threats very seriously is Greenland. Are you still thinking of military action there, or is there anything they can...
Where? Military?
Greenland. Greenland. Is there anything they can offer you for a deal?
If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will. And I'm not letting that happen. If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will take Greenland. And I am not going to let that happen.
Is there any deal they can offer you? Either like...
Yeah, sure. I'd love to make a deal with them. It's easier. But one way or the other, we're going to have Greenland.
Are you okay if that compromises NATO? If NATO effectively ceases to exist?
I'm doing a great job. I'm the one that saved NATO. I'm the one that got them to pay 5% of GDP. Wait a minute. It was 2%, and they didn't pay. Now they're paying 5%. I'm the one that saved NATO. You wouldn't have NATO if I weren't president.
Would you pull the U.S. out of NATO? Would you consider doing that?
Well, maybe NATO would be upset if I did it. Maybe NATO would save a lot of money. But I like NATO. I just wonder whether or not if we needed NATO, would they be there for us? I'm not sure they would. You know, we spend a lot of money on NATO. And I'm not sure they would.
But what would you say?
Now, what's happened is, as you know, Sleepy Joe Biden gave $350 billion to Ukraine and got nothing for it. I got rare earth back. I got, I think, value back far greater than that. And that's what he should have done. Now, if you look at what's going on with respect to NATO, we have a very good relationship. 5% GDP, and they pay us. We send them military equipment, and they pay us back the full cost of the equipment. The war, we make money with the war, but I don't even want to talk about that. I want to save the lives. They're Russian and Ukrainian lives. I want to save the lives. That's the only reason I'm doing it. This is Biden's war. Should have never happened. Would have never happened if I were president. This is Biden's war. It's not Trump's war. All I can do is stop it. And I think we're making progress toward stopping it, which would be number 9.25. You know what the quarter is, right? Right? Thailand and Cambodia went at it again, but I got it stopped very quickly. I consider that 1/4 of a war.
When was the last time have you made a tangible offer to Greenland yet? Have you made an actual offer to Denmark?
I haven't done that, but Greenland should make the deal because Greenland does not want to see Russia or China take over. They don't go there. It's very far away from Greenland. And Greenland, basically, their defense is 2 dog sleds. Do you know that? You know what their defense is? 2 dog sleds. In the meantime, you have Russian destroyers and submarines and China destroyers and submarines all over the place. We're not going to let that happen.
In the meantime, are you going
And if it affects NATO, then it affects NATO. But, you know, they need us much more than we need them. I will tell you that right now.
Are you going to increase on our military
That's
bases?
a war that should have never happened with Ukraine.
The UK and Germany are discussing plans for a joint NATO mission to protect Arctic security in Greenland. Does that change your calculus at all?
No, look, we're talking about acquiring, not leasing, not having it short term. We're talking about acquiring.
Does that require
And if we don't do it, Russia or China will, and that's not going to happen when I'm president.
Are you going to increase the amount of military bases on Greenland in the meantime?
We have bases on Greenland.
Are you
Yeah,
going to do more?
we put a lot of soldiers there right now if I want, but you need more than that. You need ownership. You really need title, as they say in the real estate business.
You're on Minneapolis. Your administration has advocated for absolute immunity for the ICE officer shot Renee Good. How do you define absolute immunity? What does that mean?
Everyone's seen it, and a woman was very violent. She's a very radical person. Very sad what happened. Her friend was very radical. Go or drive.
Officer absolute immunity. How would you define that?
Well, I'm going to let the people define it.
Can you pause that a second, Jeff?
No, this means as well as I do.
So that officer
I think I'd like to jump in here real quick so that we can help better understand exactly what they mean whenever we're talking about absolute immunity. What your meaning is that a state cannot prosecute a federal officer for the federal officer doing federal officer duties. That's what he means, and that is true across the board, and that has been true for a very long time. And everybody that used to have any sense whatsoever in politics understood that. But now all of a sudden, when it suits them, they get really confused. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah, let me jump in too, because it's United States law. Okay, so are the ICE officials performing what America voted for and under executive orders to deport and detain and get rid of illegal aliens? That's legal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's mandated, and it's the law.
So in the United States, with the law, absolute immunity is a type of sovereign immunity for government officials that confers complete immunity from criminal prosecution in suits for damages so long as the officials are acting within the scope of their duties. Was that gentleman acting within the scope of his duty?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So that's absolute immunity. Why couldn't that reporter actually just Google it?
Because the question is trying to generate other news hype. And let's also not forget what happens whenever someone. Or let's not forget we've had these instances that we can point to from before, where people jump into the streets and they try to stop people from going to work. Okay, like jumping into the streets and stopping people. So if you were to effectively put the opposite situation there, and you were put a Democrat in the front of the car and a Republican driving the car, and something were to have occurred, then all of a sudden it would be exactly the opposite. Okay. The person that was in front of the car would be the person that was attempted to be run over by the person driving the car. It's all about the scenario, and it's all about what you can weaponize, and things that you can weaponize are the things that you can trick people into believing and generate headlines.
So the media smeared an ICE agent who properly defended himself from being run over by organized leftist protesters, okay, who were impeding an active law enforcement operation. Under the law, it's an active law enforcement operation, which means that is within the scope of their duties, okay?
Correct.
The reason the trust in the media is at an all-time low is because they intentionally lie to the public. And advance the Democrats' narrative. That's exactly what they did in this case. Let's look at the actual camera from the ICE agent. Let's see what happens here, guys. You ready?
Yep.
There is a dog in the back.
I'm not mad, boy. Show your face. I'm not mad. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking guy. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Drive. He was hit.
So many different narratives that they're trying to spin. So many different things. Like people are trying to say that the shot didn't go through the front of the windshield, trying to say that he wasn't really hit, trying to say that he wasn't run over. You can see right there, if that were you wearing that camera, you could see that you were hit. He was hit before a shot was fired. The only reason, I said this last week, and I'll say it again so you can help your friends understand, the only reason he did not get run over is because if the car was not sitting on ice, if the rear wheels of that car were not on ice, when she crammed it into the gas pedal, the rear tires spun. Because they spun, it took just a second for it to, that's what gave him the time to remove his weapon and to actually get the shot off. If the car had not spun, it would have come straight at him. He would have not been able to even pretend to get a shot off, guys. He would that's the definition of a threat to law enforcement. That's the definition of immunity when a law enforcement officer is acting in his duty and something unusual, terrible happens.
Absolute immunity. Okay, he was doing his duty. And then you had the Golden Globes last night, Shady. Did you see this?
Oh, yeah.
Check this out.
Pin, be good. Tell me about
Be
the
good.
pin.
Yes. Of course, this is for the mother who was murdered by ICE agent, and it's really sad. And
Now, I agree. It is really sad, okay? But why was she unalived?
you know, I know people are out marching and all today.
They want
and
that.
We need to speak up. We need to be out there and
No, you
shut
don't.
this rogue government down, because
There is no rogue government. These people are here illegally.
it's just awful what they're doing to people.
Wow.
And interesting that they talked to her. Do you guys know that she's got intelligence background?
Wanda Sykes.
That lady worked, I think it was NSA. She was NSA for like a half a decade or something way back when. Like I'm almost certain that Wanda Sykes was an NSA contractor, guys. And so it's very interesting. I find that they
Yeah, former NSA employee.
Oh, you got
Wanda
it?
Sykes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I thought she was. Yeah, so look
Till
at this.
92.
Until she got her TV show.
Wow, guys.
And interesting. They go right to her. Oh yeah, you don't understand how the country works. You don't understand the Constitution, but you were a sworn intelligence officer at one point. Got it.
And then Mark Ruffalo. Check this out, Shady.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today. I know I'm one of them. I love this country.
How are you terrorized and scared?
Virtue signal.
Here happening is not America.
Yes, it is.
Mark, why do you feel that this platform is still useful to spread a message like this?
Listen, I want to pretend like this is, I want to be here to celebrate, and I am here to celebrate, and I'm proud to have a Golden Globe nomination. But also, this is not normal anymore. And
Yes, it is.
Oh.
I don't know how I could be quiet, and I'm feeling a little sick, so it's hard to BS right now. So this is.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
you're out here
by wearing that stupid thing. You know, there are people here illegal, and allegedly, the person that they were arresting during this attack was an illegal Mexican alien who raped children.
I tell you, so people like Ruffalo, whatever his name is, you know, they should be terrified and scared of people like Nick Reiner. That's who you should be terrified and scared of. That's somebody that might have your damn number.
Yeah, right. All right, let's go back to the gaggle, Shady Groove, because it's a bunch of geese gaggling. Honk, 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 right?
Yes.
There we go.
But you know, people can't be treating law enforcement that way, whether it's ICE or Border Patrol or our police and men and women. You can't do that. We have, you know, the law enforcement in our country is doing really well, despite the fact that Sleepy Joe Biden allowed people to pour through an open border. Crime stats just came out. We have the best crime stats on record, despite all the criminals he allowed into our country. We've gotten a lot of them out. We have to respect our law enforcement. At a very minimum, that woman was very, very disrespectful to law enforcement. And you heard the same noises. You saw the same crunch that I saw. You can't do that with law enforcement, whether it's police or ICE or Border Patrol or anybody else.
When it comes to ICE officials,
Mr. President, well, just to clarify on the absolute immunity, do you believe ICE officers should have absolute immunity?
Generally speaking, I mean, these people have been harassed. They're threatened every day. They had bands out playing so they couldn't sleep at the hotel. I see what they're doing to them. They're threatening them constantly. And all they're doing is doing what I got elected on. We had millions of people that came into our country that are horrible people that shouldn't be in our country. They're murderers, they're drug dealers, they're people from mental institutions, they're the criminally insane. They're people from prisons. They were allowed to come into our country because Biden was a stupid person, and the people surrounding him, very smart, very vicious, but they have no common sense, and they're radicalized people. They're radical left people, not radical right. They're radical left people. And all they're doing is what I campaigned on. I won in a landslide. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote. We won the districts. We won everything. We won the counties. We won the counties by 79%, I believe. I campaigned on the Great Border, and now we have a Great Border. But Biden let 25 million people come into this country, and many of those people are criminals. including 11,888 murderers. And we want them out. And I won on that. Now people don't talk about it because the border is so secure, nobody wants to talk about it anymore. The border was one of the reasons I won the election. I've done such a good job on it, nobody wants to talk about it anymore. The border is totally secure. And now the crime stats just came out, and they're the best numbers since they were taken, and that's like 50 years ago. We have the best crime numbers, despite the fact that a lot of criminals were allowed into our country. We have to respect our law enforcement.
Do you believe that deadly force is necessary after watching all the footage a few days have passed? What's your assessment there?
It was highly disrespectful of law enforcement. The woman and her friend were highly disrespectful of law enforcement. You saw that. They were harassing them, were following for days and for hours. And I think, frankly, they're professional agitators.
But does disrespect
and I'd like to find out, and we are going to find out who's paying for it.
But does disrespect
with their brand new signs and all the different things. But these are professional agitators, and law enforcement should not be in a position where they have to put up with this stuff.
All right, now I'd like to show you this as well. It looks like that this person here, Renee Good's Minnesota ICE Watch explicitly trains members to go after ICE and border agents, okay? They want you to push and pull the officer, breaking their grip on an arrestee, guys. I mean, look at this, okay? Often combined with tactic one, this tactic is probably most risky as it requires physical contact with an officer, which could lead to assault from an officer charges or escalate the Leo response. This is a grabble grip, using a secure grip like Gable grip, that's illustrated above. Hug the arrestee and pull them out of danger. These arrestees are criminals, guys. Here, let's watch.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa.
Shady, the guy was saying, get out of the car.
She was under arrest. She was being detained because now there's been earlier footage released also, dude, that shows how much the harassing they were doing that day. So they had reached a point where they had asked her to move her car a number of times. In the few minutes leading up to that, she refused to move her car. So they had now had enough, and the officer was going to open the door. He was going to pull her goofy ass out of there, and he was getting ready to arrest her. That's why her partner started screaming, drive, 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 because she knew that they had just said, get out of the car. That means you're being detained. That means you're under arrest effectively in any normal sense of hearing. Get out of the car from a police officer. Once you hear that, you do not get to pedal to the metal like all these celebrities are telling you.
Yeah.
I've got the graphic real quick. I want to just show this real quick while we're standing here. This is the county map that Trump is talking about. Okay. This is the county map for 2024. This is what he's saying. This is the mandate that says we as Americans collectively stood up as a majority and said, all 7 swing states, get them out of the country. We did not say give them more space to live in the country.
Yeah. And you know, guys, we got the midterms coming up. Okay. Right. Hang on. Let me just get the post up because I breezed by it the other day, but this is what is happening, guys. You know, Shady, and you know, we're noticing that this is the Summer of Love. Okay, so this is post 6/25/2022. Who was Jane Roe? How do you control generations of populace? 50 years of conditioning, 50 years of propaganda, 50 years of lies, peaceful protests, riots, Summer of Love redo. What happens when you corner an animal? Midterms. Democrat
power implosion. Establishing comms. Established. This is 4490. MSDNC says that peaceful summer of love. Reality seen on social media. Murder, violence, destruction, anarchy, lawlessness. People are awake to the truth. Seeing is believing. The age of social media killed their ability to fully control. You can't censor the world. You are the majority. They are setting up a Summer of Love Part 2 for the 2026 midterms. This is a future proves past, guys, and we're seeing it unfold in front of our eyes, Shady.
And they were desperate. They were desperate for a flashpoint. And they're going to use this as a flashpoint. But the thing is, this is the thing. I'm going to prepare you for this right now. This is not the only time this is going to happen. This is going to happen more. Now that we're seeing the substructure, we've told you about Arabella Advisors. We've told you about the NGOs. We've told you how pervasive this network is. So effectively, the stuff that Jeff just showed you there with the tactics that they're using against ICE, that is gone. That's a memo. That's like, the 4 a.m. talking points. That's went everywhere. Everybody has read that now. So and now they're feeling emboldened because the celebrities are promoting them. And, we've got all this momentum that we have for people going out into the streets and protesting. That is not going to work, everyone, but that is exactly, Jeff, you're 100% right. They think that they can, and that's the reason that the Rakeland crew and all these people are trying to attack Cash and Bondi, because everybody's working together to weaken Trump going into the midterms.
And, we are going to win, guys. Don't worry.
We are going to win.
Plenty of time for the midterms, and they're going to show their hands because they can't censor it. You saw the violence. She hit somebody with a car.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, okay? And then the narrative on CNN and fake news and Hollywood, they thought you'd follow the stars. Guys, it's all coming alive. This is what happens when you have an animal backed into a corner. What happens when you corner an animal? Midterms, power implosion by the Democrats, guys. These are not peaceful protests. And isn't it interesting, Shady? Summer of Love redo. Summer of Love was George Floyd in Minneapolis. Summer of Love redo is Renee Good in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting?
It's a coincidence, Shady.
Oh, it's a complete coincidence. But let's remember this very, very clear thing about how everything that you've heard in your political atmosphere your whole life. You hear this. How many times you heard it? It's the economy, stupid.
Yeah.
It's the economy, stupid. It's the economy, stupid. How many times have these stupid people, the New York Times and all these other people yelled that at you and told you that it's the economy, stupid. It's the economy, stupid. Now, guess what's happening? The economy is improving in a way where they can't control it anymore. Gas prices under $2.80 national average. Trump just said that he's going to reduce credit card rates to under 10%. Mortgage rates just fell to under 6% for the first time in over like a half a decade, guys. It's the economy, stupid. That's how you win the midterms, with value in your pocket, with less money that you pay for taxes, with less people owing taxes. When you look at your wallet and you see it's bigger, you think Trump did that for me.
And, the wallet. People realize that there's major fraud with illegal aliens and childcare, okay? What's the common denominator that people can get behind? Children. They're screwing autism kids, guys, with a Somalian pirate BS in Minnesota, and it goes all over the country. In fact, Nick Shirley, I think tonight, has another breaking story on Laura Ingraham. You're not going to want to miss that. Guys, this is so huge because, you can't get your economy fixed without getting the fraud out. They're using your taxpayers' dollars to harm you. You're paying taxes to harm yourself?
But let's take it one step further. Not only that, we're accruing a national debt.
Yeah.
Let's think about how much fraud. How much fraud has been is this national debt that just keeps running. It's all fraud.
It's all fraud. Rev Robin Trust, thank you so much for this 5 subscriptions each to the great people here at the MG Show. Lee Weased, naked? Who's naked? I'm not naked. Let's go. I'm getting you clothed. All right, we got a minute left for this one, and we got about 6 minutes left on the gaggle, so we're going to just hold for a second. I wanted to just also pause the Golden Globes last night. So Wanda Sykes came out during the Globes, okay, and she made a joke. And she says, it was a white person joke, okay? And I'm like, isn't that racist? What if what if somebody put the word black person in replace of white person with what she said? Is that racism?
No, derogatory remarks regarding the white race are never, ever, ever, under any circumstance whatsoever, racist.
What the hell was that?
That was your prompt to know that we're about to go to the break so that we don't miss it.
I just mentioned that we're about ready to go to the break.
But the prompt had to have been inserted in some AI format, man. I mean, I don't think we could have stopped the momentum there.
What AI? What yet AI?
Yeah,
thank you. And we're going to come back right after the break, guys. Get that Rumble wallet, guys. Get it and tip the MG Show. We love you. And we'll be back right after these beautiful boom messages.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20%, and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queen $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
My Pillow is excited to announce they're having their biggest 3-in-1 sale ever, with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. My Pillow bed sheets, only $29.88, any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. My Towels are finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first and only time, get their limited edition premium My Pillows made with Giza cotton and a designer gusset. Queens, $17.98. Kings, only $19.98. Also, for a limited time, when your order is over $100, you will receive free shipping plus $100 in free digital gifts. So go to mypillow.com or call 800-873-0478 and use promo code MGSHOW. Use your promo code for the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
What's the plan? There are more good than bad. The world is helping. We are not alone. We are all connected in this fight. It's all just lies they're spinning. Mass mind control and sinning. True anons are just grinning. They can't stop us winning. Reality is labeled as conspiracy. You are made to feel crazy. You are told to obey. You are sheep to them, pawns to be sacrificed. Remember, we are winning. Do not trust what you read. Mind warfare. Up is down, left is right. It's all just lies they're spinning. Mass mind control and sinning. True anons are just grinning. They can't stop us winning. It's all just lies they're spinning. Mass mind control and sinning. True anons are just grinning. They can't stop us winning. Who can you trust? The world is not how you view it. Trust the plan. We are winning. Arrest will come. Use logic. It must follow unfolding events. Many proofs provided. There can be no dispute. It's all just lies they're spinning. Mass mind control and sinning. True anons are just grinning. They can't stop us winning. They can't stop us winning. True anons are just grinning. They can't stop us winning.
Wow, thank you very much, Scottish Anon. Appreciate that. Another banger. Appreciate it. And I saw my post in there, Shady Grove.
I saw that.
And the post saying thanks to the Anons as well. I'm going to drop the link to that video in chat for you guys. Tartanium is the user. Tartanium1 is the user on X. Get over there, check it out. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I see a lot of people making a lot of great, posts as well, Shady Groove. And song on Suno. That's where we're at. Suno MG Show at In the Matrix, I think. MG Music is what we are over there. That's what I am, anyways. And it's awesome, guys.
It is awesome.
Yeah. All right. So let's finish up the honk gaggle. A gaggle of geese. Gaggle of geese on Airforce One. You ready, honklers?
I'm ready, man. I tell you, like this is the this is the pinnacle of our time whenever we can watch these people because their questions tell you how they're triggered. This is what's so great about what Donald Trump does. You could never figure out a difference between anything whenever these people were asking Obama a question or Bush a question. The only thing they were basically handing them the questions before they would even ask them. And watching Donald Trump, this is like watching a gladiator thing, where like the person that's in the ring.
A gladiator?
A gladiator, yeah.
I got a joke.
Hang on. Donald Trump is like literally taking on any single beast that they can throw at him as a gladiator and defeating it.
What do you call a happy Roman?
I do not know, sir.
A gladiator. All right, back to Trump.
What that woman and what her friends and what their other friends were doing to law enforcement, not just ICE, law enforcement is outrageous.
Do ICE officials anymore? Can you tell us about your trip to Detroit?
I'm going to be making a trip to Detroit to talk about our unbelievable amount of factories that are opening up all over the country, many of which are car factories and car plants. We have manufacturing plants opening up at levels that nobody's ever seen before because of tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, you wouldn't have them opening, although they were very happy with the November 5th election. But we have, from Canada they're coming, from Mexico they're coming, from Germany, from Japan, from all over Europe, and from Japan, other places, and from China. They're opening up car factories, car manufacturing plants at levels that we've never seen before. So I'm going to Detroit because they're going to be opening up plants in Detroit or redoing plants, but they're really ripping down old plants and building new. We're the hottest country right now anywhere in the world. I mean, think of it. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Mr. President, the House passed a 3-year extension of the ACA. It's in the Senate. If it passes the Senate, would you veto it or not?
I might, yeah.
Sir, you have any information about the suspicious object that was found at Palm Beach International Airport before takeoff?
I know nothing about it.
Okay, and back on Iran, the Ayatollah said that he thinks that the protesters are trying to, quote, please you. Do you see it that way? What's your message to the Iranian people?
I don't know that they're trying to please me. They named a boulevard after me, but that's pretty pleasing. But I don't think they're trying to please. I think they just want peace. They want to have freedom. The protesters are after freedom. Iran has not allowed freedom for a long time. And the protesters, I don't think they're trying to appease me. They're trying to get somebody to help them. They're under siege. And now it looks like they're being shot, which is a very bad thing.
Is administration in contact with Iranian opposition leaders as this is unfolding?
Yeah.
What's the message to them?
Yeah. You're going to find out pretty soon.
You said that help them.
Yeah, go ahead. The beautiful red hair.
Thank you. Coming up with the premiere of Melania. Have you seen the movie yet? What are your thoughts on it?
I've seen pieces of it. It's incredible, I tell you. I think it's going to do great. You know, she did a book, and the book was a big #1 bestseller, and this is a movie, and it seems to be captivating a lot of people's attention. It's very good. Because here we go again. Yeah, it's going to be doing the premiere at the Trump Kennedy Center. It'll be very exciting. It's a very hard ticket, I can tell you. Everybody, Wayne Gretzky and his wife Janet, beautiful wife, great wife. He said last night, gee, I want to go to everybody wants tickets to the premiere. I think it's going to be great.
Is there any timing on the mortgage bond purchases you announced last week?
On the what? Mortgage?
Mortgage bond purchases by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac?
No, they're already doing it. They've started. Yeah, they started the process. And it's having a great impact. Interest rates are falling very rapidly. Not only for that reason, for other reasons too, but interest rates are falling very rapidly.
Do you have any sense that Iran wants
with no help from the Fed, because we have a total stiff at the Fed.
Do you have any, can I ask you, the announcement on the cap on credit card interest rates came out on Friday. What happens if the credit card companies don't comply by the January date?
Well, then they're in violation of the law. Very severe things. No, I want a cap on credit card interest rates because, you know, some of them are 28, almost 30%. And then people don't know they're paying 30%. The people out there, you know, they're working and they have no idea that they're paying 30%. No way. We're putting a 1-year cap at 10%. And that's it. They know it. And they've really abused the public. The credit card companies have totally abused it. I'm not going to let it happen.
Is that something willingness from Iran to engage diplomatically with you, or perhaps negotiate on nuclear program?
With Iran?
Yeah, do you think they want to engage diplomatically with you?
They do. They called.
They called you? Is it still
yesterday.
An option? Is it still an option?
Iran called to negotiate. Yesterday. The leaders of Iran called. They want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States.
Are you sure you on that call?
Iran wants to negotiate, yes.
Negotiate what?
We may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up. but we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting. But a meeting is being set up. Iran called, they want to negotiate. Thank you very much, everybody.
What are you going to do?
Be careful, a lot of bumps.
What's your plan for East Potomac? Are you going to renovate the golf course?
Yeah, we're going to make it a beautiful world-class U.S. Open caliber course, and ideally we're going to have major tournaments there and everything else. It's going to bring a lot of business into
Ooh, Shady, you can do the senior tour over there.
Stats just came out on Washington, D.C. There is virtually no crime. It's gone from tremendous crime, murder, and everything else. There's virtually no crime in Washington, D.C. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, President Trump.
Any announcement on a Fed pick this week?
Oh my gosh. You just cannot not like these people enough, Shady Grove.
Some of them are very nice people.
Yes. Yes.
Can't say anything nice. Don't say anything.
No. So, Shady, before we get into the Crossfire Hurricane stuff and all of the posts that are in, talking about Crossfire Hurricane and all that, you wanted to go over something here. Why don't you set it up? It's the
we're going to first we're going to go into the video, like a 7-minute video of the 88 minutes. So we're going to do a real quick run through of everything that happened in Venezuela. I want my audience, or our audience, everybody else is going to skip over this. They're not going to explain to people exactly what it is that's important, and the reason that the world leaders right now, including the Canadian Prime Minister right now, I made a comment on Twitter yesterday, Jeff, that the Canadian Prime Minister is currently looking into steel safe rooms and running out the cost and the pricing, because every single world leader on the world stage right now is afraid of Donald Trump. And there's a specific reason that they're afraid of him, because they understand that America is the real behemoth, the real economy on the world stage, and that Donald Trump is actually accurately assessing and running that economy and sucking down, bringing in all of the different aspects of power that he can, so that you as the American people win in the global challenge, which is competition on the economic stage. We want to win. We want to win everything, and that's the attitude Donald Trump is taking. That attitude that he takes is on display in what we just performed in Venezuela.
And you would think that the no kings, no dictator crew would love that Maduro, who's a dictator, was taken out, right? They're protesting because Trump did a great job.
Yeah, if you were going to be like a normal person, you were going to predict what they would think. You would think that they would say, wow, yes, he took out a king or a dictator, a guy that wasn't really elected to power.
Wow. Interesting. All right, here we go. This is the how to take out a dictator in 88 minutes, Shady Groove. Here we go.
For more than 200 years, the United States military has lived by a very simple doctrine. We run the Western Hemisphere. And on January 3rd, the United States military unambiguously reminded the world that they are still in charge. This is Caracas, Venezuela, on the night that elite U.S. Special Forces team captured Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and his wife in the riskiest operation since SEAL Team 6 killed Osama bin Laden. The mission lasted 88 minutes. It was widely considered flawless.
This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American.
People's General.
As the CIA was watching
People aren't hearing it,
the
Jeff.
military was doing its own preparations.
What?
Maduro was splitting his time between at least a half a dozen locations.
What?
We have the audience saying it is muted. No sound. Sound went down. Yeti?
Okay. Start over. Lost sound, Mutrix. Yeti?
We don't have him. I don't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
They
Sorry,
had
guys.
a fleet of
Got
drones
it.
and a human source
Thank you,
close
Yeti.
to Maduro. It was insanely high risk. They had no diplomatic cover, no U.S. embassy to retreat to, but by December, they'd done their job. They knew everything about him.
How he moved, where he lived, where he traveled, what he ate, what he wore, what were his pets.
As the CIA was watching Maduro, the military was doing its own preparations. Maduro was splitting its time between at least a half a dozen locations. Somewhere in an undisclosed part of Kentucky, the Joint Special Operations Command built a replica of one of them. Delta Force operatives practiced blowing open an exact replica of Maduro's steel door and moving inside. The scale-up off the coast of Venezuela began around the same time that CIA operatives deployed. On August 19th, the U.S. deployed 3 guided missile destroyers to the Venezuelan coast. In September, it sent F-35s to Puerto Rico and a submarine with cruise missiles to South America. On October 24th, the Navy was ordered to send the USS Gerald Ford, its most advanced nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, and its entire strike group from Europe to the Caribbean. Over time, they sent a full-fledged armada. They moved an amphibious strike group led by the USS Iwo Jima. That ship is capable of launching Marine helicopters. Along with the ships came more than 10,000 Marines and sailors and a lot of air power. We're talking F-35s, B-1s, B-52s, P-8 Poseidons, armed Reaper drones, search and rescue copters, and at least 10 CV-22 Osprey tilt rotor aircraft. These guys spent a good deal of their time taking out drug boats and seizing illegal oil tankers, but they also were sending a message. Maduro's days were numbered. On December 23rd, U.S. officials gave Maduro the option to flee his country. He declined. 2 days later, on Christmas, the president greenlit the mission, but deferred to the military on how and when that mission would actually take place. The big question was timing.
Key was choosing the right day to minimize the potential for civilian harm and maximize the element of surprise. The men and women of the United States military sat ready, patiently waiting for the right triggers to be met and the president to order us into action.
Among the thousands of Marines and sailors were 2 elite subsets of commandos, the Army's elite Delta Force and the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, known as the Night Stalkers. The purpose of Delta Force is to capture or kill high-value targets. The purpose of the Night Stalkers is to run low-altitude aviation missions. These guys were the ones who carried SEAL Team 6 to bin Laden's compound, and now their job was to carry Delta Force to Maduro's. They'd been training off the coast for months. The mission was delayed for days because of terrible weather. Finally, right around the new year, the weather cleared. At 4:30 p.m. on January 2nd, the first round of approvals came to put the first assets in the air. For the next 6 hours, military brass monitored 2 key factors: the weather and Maduro's location. They told the president they'd call him at 10:30 p.m. At 10:46 p.m., President Trump gave the final green light from Mar-a-Lago.
He said to us, and we appreciated it, Mr. President, good luck and Godspeed.
The first sign that Venezuelans may have noticed something happened was when the power went out, though quite frankly, that's probably not too unusual in Caracas. However, this time, it wasn't third world infrastructure. It was a cyber attack that cut power to huge sections of the city.
The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have. It was dark and it was deadly.
The helicopters could now enter Venezuelan airspace under the dark of night. And they did. More than 150 of them, including planes and drones, fighters and bombers. They came from more than 20 locations on both air and sea. As the planes approached, U.S. intel was so good that they knew Maduro had no idea what was coming.
As the night began, the helicopters took off with the extraction force, which included law enforcement officers, and began their flight into Venezuela at 100 feet above the water. As they approached Venezuelan shores, the United States began layering different effects provided by Spacecom, Cybercom, and other members of the interagency to create a pathway.
Social media lit up with footage of bombs dropping on Caracas. The U.S. was hitting radar facilities, radio towers, and air defense systems. They had targeted at least 2 military bases, a naval port, and an airport. But their ultimate goal was to create a clear path for the Night Stalkers to bring in Delta Force on their helicopters.
The goal of our air component is was and always will be to protect the helicopters and the ground force and get them to the target and get them home.
Their target, Maduro, was staying on the country's most fortified military base. They arrived at 2 in the morning local time, 1 in the morning in Mar-a-Lago.
The helicopters came under fire, and they replied with that fire with overwhelming force and self-defense.
The commandos used explosives to blow open the door. 3 minutes later, they had located Maduro and his wife, who were trying to flee to a steel-reinforced room.
It was a very thick door. It was a very heavy door, but he was unable to get to that door.
Within 5 minutes of arriving, the Venezuelan strongman was in custody. President Trump and his top aides watched the entire raid from Mar-a-Lago.
I watched it literally like I was watching a television show.
By 3:29 a.m. Eastern, Maduro and his wife were in captivity on the USS Iwo Jima. From there, they went to Guantanamo Bay, and then they were transferred to civilian control and sent to New York to face charges. Since the beginning of our country, the United States has aggressively policed our neighborhood. Just look at the long list of Latin American thugs, despots, and communists who are collecting at the bottom of the dustbin of history. Manuel Noriega in Panama, Marxist leaders in Grenada and Chile, and now Nicolas Maduro follows in their footsteps. In less than the time it takes to watch The Lion King, a team of elite American commandos successfully crossed enemy airspace, took out a South American dictator, and brought him out of the country. Not one American soldier was lost. The moral of the story is clear. This is America's world. Everyone else just lives in it. The Monroe Doctrine is back.
The Monroe Doctrine, Shady Groove. That was good. I liked it.
Why is America different? Why is America different? How are they able to associate and act like, oh, Donald Trump is just the next globalist and he's working right with the globalists to bring on the agenda? Do you really believe that? This is what your worldwide psychological intelligence community keeps telling you, my friend. Let me tell you something. This is the moment that Maduro knew that these people were coming for him was the moment that the internet knew, okay? Whenever you started seeing those videos come in on the internet of the helicopters flying into Venezuela because people were posting them immediately, that's the moment Maduro knew. He had less than 3 minutes from the moment that he knew his country was being overrun and he was the target to do anything about it, guys. That's literally, think about that. That's 180 seconds to react from a situation where he thought that but Jeff, they sold him all this equipment. The CIA sold him all these things. The Russians sold him all this stuff. He had all these radar detection. He had all of this stuff. He had all these people in place. He had the missile systems. He had all of it ready. But you know what they can't anticipate? 100-foot hard deck. That's what they can't anticipate, because every single radar system on the planet, except America's, doesn't look below 100 feet. They're all blind under 100 feet because nobody flies under 100 feet. That's the reason that we were able to surprise them. And that's the reason what I was saying to you before, all of these other quote unquote despots and dictators and globalists and overlords and kings and queens, you wonder why they're nervous? People of Denmark, all of you people, every single clown out there is shaking in their boots right now.
There's another thing that scares them to their core as well. And basically, Shady, I want to read this real quick. This is Caroline Levitt. Stop what you're doing and read this, guys. All right. This is from Mike Netter. This account from a Venezuelan security guard loyal to Nicolas Maduro is absolutely chilling, and it explains a lot about why the tone across Latin America has suddenly changed. Okay. This is amazing, guys. Security guard. On the day of the operation, we didn't hear anything coming. We were on guard, but suddenly all our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones, flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. Interviewer. So what happened next? How was the main attack? Shady, can you read this by any chance? Can you be interviewer?
I could be, but it's going to take me a second to get to the link. I'm not sitting right on it. I'm sorry. Yeah, you could. Hang on. Expand it. If you can scroll, I can read.
Okay.
You got it?
Yep. Interviewer.
Okay. Interview. So what happened next? How was the main attack?
Security guard. That's me, okay? After those drones appeared, some helicopters arrived. No, I won't do it like that. Some helicopters arrived, but they were very few. I think barely 8 helicopters. From those helicopters, soldiers came down, but in very small number, maybe 20 men. But those men were
technologically very advanced. They didn't look anything like we've fought against before.
And then the battle began.
Yes, but it was a massacre. We were hundreds, but had no chance. They were shooting with such precision and speed. It seemed like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute. We couldn't do anything.
And your weapons, didn't they help?
No help at all. Because it wasn't just the weapons. At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt my head was exploding from the inside. We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move.
And your commands, or your comrades, did they manage to resist?
No. Not at all. Those 20 men without a single casualty killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear, I've never seen anything like it. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was.
So do you think the rest of the region should think twice before confronting the Americans?
Without a doubt. I'm sending a warning to anyone who thinks that they can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with.
And now that the Trump has said that Mexico is on the list, do you think the situation will change in Latin America?
Definitely. Everyone is already talking about this. No one wants to go through what we just went through. Now everyone thinks twice. What happened here is going to change a lot of things, not just in Venezuela, but throughout the region.
In other words, if we wanted President Xi, we would go get him. If we wanted Vladimir Putin, we would go get him. Yeah. You see, this is a big difference in your understanding a dynamic that you didn't understand before because of people like General Flynn and McChrystal and Patriots, all these feckless people that can't really do anything. The only thing that they're interested in is the meat grinder, the machine, the contract. That's what they're interested in. They're interested in getting that contract or getting on the board. That's what they're really interested. They're not interested in winning anything. That's why we couldn't get anywhere in any of the stuff that we did in Afghanistan, because the intent wasn't to win anything. The intent was to bog you down in a forever war so that they could further weaken America. And whenever the moment came for the conquering of America, we wouldn't be able to resist them. That's what they were all setting you up for. And you can say anything that you want to say for as long as you want to say it. But that is 100% what was going on.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it was interesting. What's his name? Peter from Fox.
Oh, Ducey.
Yeah, Ducey he had a report about sonic weapons, and they told him to stand in the X, and they made him heat, and he had to jump out of the X. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the sonic weapons as well. It could be even more advanced than that. And Shady, I did write a little song about that account from the security guard in Venezuela.
Let's hear it.
All right, let's go. I wrote a little song about it. Like to hear it?
Let's listen. Listen, and
King, rifles locked and loaded tight. Maduro's palace shadows under socialist night. Radar screens went black as coal, no warning, no alarm. Then the heavens open wide, swarm of steel, no harm. Drones like locusts, silent death, blotting out the stars. We fired blind into the void, but they came from afar. 8 Black Hawks descending low, rotor slicing air. 20 ghosts in midnight gear, America was there. 20 men, hundreds fell, blood on jungle ground. Precision fire, 300 rounds, never made a sound. Sonic wave crashed through our skulls, noses bled, knees gave way. Head exploding from inside, couldn't fight another day. This is what you face when you cross the eagle's line.
hundreds dug in deep, thought our numbers would prevail, but their tech was from the future, our courage doomed to fail. No casualties on their side, not a scratch, not a wound, while we choked on our own blood beneath that humming doom. Heard the boss is gone now, dragged to Yankee shores, facing justice for his crimes, closing cartel doors. Word spreads fast from Caracas to the southern borderline. Mexico, Colombia, Cuba, better read the sign. 20 men, hundreds fell, blood on jungle ground. Precision fire, 300 rounds, never made a sound. Sonic wave crashed through our skulls, noses bled, knees gave way, head exploding from inside, couldn't fight another day. This is what you face when you mess with Uncle Sam. Trump's restoring order. Bow down or damn. To every tyrant hiding south, hear the survivors plea. Don't test the giant waking up, he'll bring you to your knees. No globalist excuses, no UN hand to save. America's back in charge, strong, free, and brave. 20 men changed history, rewrote the region's fate. Drones at dawn, the reckoning, no debate. Sonic thunder, elite thunder, Maduro's on the run. Latin America's listening, Trump already won. Don't mess with the USA, we're coming for the cartels. Next comics!
We're coming from next. I don't know what happened at the end there, but yeah, pretty interesting. That was from the person, the security guard from Venezuela. That was from his perspective. That song was written from that post. Wow, huh?
Sonic wave crushes their skulls in the song. How many songs do you get with the lyrics? Sonic wave crushes their skulls.
Only ones that we write on MG Music, guys.
I'm telling you, man, like, you know, that this is American dominance. This is what Donald Trump is explaining to you that we've had. And someone, I think it was Susie Q, made the comment, we've had all this technology for a very long time. That is correct. We have had this technology for a very long time, but they're not willing to use this type of technology because that wouldn't do the proper thing. That would make America dominant. That's not the end goal. The end goal is to ruin America. So we utilize America to generate the technology that we outsource to other countries so that they can develop that technology and one day use it against us. That was their big plan. That seems to be falling by the wayside, by the way.
And remember that post by that 17th letter of the alphabet with the, it was actually the Punisher, right? We thought it was Punish, but maybe that was the skull. Pain.
Maybe it was.
Pain. And thank you for that. It just dawned on me, 17 Patriots for truth. It just hit me, JD.
It just hit me.
It just hit me. And I'd like to also make sure you understand that we have our Friday show. We're talking about the bloodlines of the Illuminati. Okay. We're doing this now for this season. Bloodlines of the Illuminati. And on Friday's show, we showed you that the socialists and the communists are all funded by who? The bloodlines, guys. They wanted this person in charge. If they didn't want this person in charge, he wouldn't be in charge, okay? Trump is taking it back from the bloodline control that usurped the United States of America, Shady Groove.
I need to for everybody to understand that there's a correlation that's very hard to understand, but it does exist, and it will help you orient yourself and your friends and family. The same people that hate America are the same people that hate humanity.
Yeah.
And I want you to understand that, because the people that say climate change and they screech and yell at the top of their lungs, you don't really ever get the opportunity to get to the core of their belief system. And at the core of their belief system, they believe that humans shouldn't be here. Okay. Like for instance, I went to see the thing at the Sphere. Whenever we were at the Sphere, the dumb video that they played, that basically explained to me that one day the last human is going to leave Earth and we're going to turn the lights off and the whole thing is going to be over because we've gotten rid of humanity. Okay. They're called extinctionalists. You should never listen to what these people have to say. It's a cult of people that want humanity gone. It's been going on since the beginning of time, literally going way back to before we started writing things down. So we don't want to listen to the people that don't like humans. We want to listen to the people that like humans, because the people that like humans are probably going to have your best interest at heart. And the people that like humans, 98% of them really like America. It's very interesting to be able to distinguish between those two dynamics.
So I wanted to just quickly give you a preview of the bloodlines of the Illuminati, what we discussed Friday. Just a quick little snippet, right?
Awesome.
This is from David Hill's research, Shady. Yes, it's a fact. The Mellons, Carnegies, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Dukes, Astors, Dorances, Reynoldses, Stillmans, Bakers, Pines, Kuhlmans, Watsons, Tukes, Kleinworks, DuPonts, Warburgs, Phippses, Graces, Guggenheims, Milners, Drexlers, Winthrops, Vanderbilts, Whitneys, Harkins, the other super rich Illuminati families generally get quite along well with communists. And then this is where I want you to this was our aha moment right here. However, that's only double talk designed to bolster the superstructure of the delusion that communists are enemies of all capitalists. But communists, like the super rich families, are not the enemies of monopoly capitalism. They are foes of free enterprise, guys. Do you understand? Shady, that was a huge aha moment in Friday's show.
That's the big distinction that everybody skips over and no one can recognize is, yes, they are not anti-capitalist. They're anti-free enterprise. They're anti-free market. That's why everything is subsidized. That's why you have the sugar lobby and all these other different things that are going on, because they are pro-government participation in the economy, because that's how the bloodline families fill their coffers.
Imagine that.
And they've been doing it for decades and decades off of your back. Wealth that belonged to your family, wealth that belonged to people that raised you one day in the past, now belongs to them because they stole it. They stole a huge amount of it in 2008. You don't realize that these family homes that get passed down or properties, they get shrunken over time, but it's still at the core, it's the family property. And I would say that there was I think it was 3 million family lineage properties that went up for auction in the 2008 house crisis, and then that's when the homeless problem started.
So your bloodline families love communists. That's why they love Antifa. That's why they love all these people that hate America. Pretty simple, isn't it?
It really doesn't take rocket surgery.
Or science. All right, so let's go to the impanelment of a federal grand jury down in Fort Pierce, Florida. Okay, federal jurisdiction, Judge Cannon's district down there. The grand jury has been ordered to impanel in Fort Pierce starting today, Monday, January 12th. Crossfire Hurricane and the raid on Mar-a-Lago is under scrutiny, guys. Now, what people don't really get is there's many, many, many posts in regards to Crossfire Hurricane. This one, it says, FYI, I expect a silly code name. Crossfire Hurricane is a load of bunk added to recently for dramatic effect by Scheme Team. It would likely have been the page-struck text messages if it originated in 2016 as claimed. It doesn't. They just keep lying. Not surprised. It's all coming soon. They won't be able to control the narrative anymore. Bomb disposal team. Bombs about to blow, which means 1, they know. 2, they're told, controlled. Both. Number 3, coordinated. Clowns wear masks, guys. There's the picture right there of the last refuge post that was in that Q post there. This is focus here. Raised troubling questions about Halper, who was believed to have worked with the CIA and part of the matrix of players in the Bureau's Crossfire Hurricane investigation into Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. Halper, who assisted the FBI in the Russia investigation, appears to also have significant ties to the Russian government, as well as sources connected directly to President Vladimir Putin. And this is a Sarah Carter article that no longer exists, but I do have the article archived. Defined projection. Democrats scream when POTUS meets with Putin. Democrats demand to hold hearings with interpreter used during the private POTUS-Putin meeting. Democrats demand all meetings with Putin to be canceled. If POTUS knows everything, control over what organizations are central to operational success. 1, DOJ. 2, FBI. 3, NSA. 4, U.S. military. 5, state. 6, foreign assets. Ask yourself, if the above are central to operational success, who would you pick to lead such organizations? Hillary Rodham Clinton election loss equals Clinton Foundation inflow stop. Clinton inflow stop equals no name John McCain Institute inflow ramp. Compare donors. Define dark money. Direct correlation. He did not depart on his own terms. Think Flynn, 30. Exactly 30, JD. Okay. The next one. There it is. Q responds, reposts that post and says, think for yourself, research for yourself, trust yourself. Clickbait opinions are designed to attract reader to subscribe and or follow and or shape a pre-designed narrative. Follow the facts. Sheep no more. Okay. And then here's the article. Whistleblower exposes key player in FBI Russia probe. It was all a setup. This is Adam Lovinger, basically a former Defense Department analyst. Never expected that he would stumble upon his during final moments at the Pentagon, would expose an integral player in the FBI's handling of the Donald Trump's Russia campaign and alleged Russia collusion. Lovinger, a whistleblower, is now battling to save his career. The Pentagon suspended his top secret security clearance on May 1st, 2017, when he exposed through an internal review that Stefan Halper, who was then the emeritus Cambridge professor, had received roughly $1 million in taxpayer-funded money to write Defense Department's foreign policy reports. His attorney, Sean Bigley, said before Lovinger's clearance was suspended that he had taken detail to the National Security Council as senior director for the strategy. He was only there for 5 months before he was recalled to the Pentagon, stripped of his prestigious White House detail, and ordered to perform bureaucratic make work in the Pentagon annex Bigley calls the land of misfit toys. His security clearance was eventually revoked in March 2018, despite the Pentagon refusing to turn over a single page of its purported evidence of Lovinger's wrongdoing. Bigley stated, conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch recently filed a federal lawsuit against the Defense Department to obtain the withheld records. And that article goes on. I do have the link to it as well, guys. So then there's that one. Then there's this post by Technofog, okay, hat-tipping CBS Heritage. And the post says, declassification of IG reports footnotes. Crossfire Hurricane team had multiple reports disputing many material claims of Steele and his dossier and warning of disinformation. Q says, the public will learn the truth. The media will attempt to spin as a partisan attack. The House will push Barr for Barr removal. And now remember, this was in 4/10/2020, okay? The House will push for Barr removal. The House will open investigations into Barr-Durham lack of confidence. Full disclosure, D-class provides truth. Foreign cooperation provides truth. What happens when corporate media knowingly pushes false propaganda information? What happens when corporate media can no longer be trusted? The silent war continues. The next one, there's the actual picture right here with the Crossfire Hurricane team warning of disinformation. Then there's this one, B. Weingarten status right here says Crossfire Hurricane, Crossfire Tycoon, Crosswind, class 1 through 99, unreleased, redacted. If you don't think the statement by POTUS's calm before the storm was just random, did you? Transparency brings accountability. And that B. Weingarten post is this. Per new Flynn document dump, one wonders who was Crossfire Typhoon. Okay? Crossfire Razor, there it is. And I'll get into the more specifics as well. Because this image is a screenshot of a January 21, 2017 FBI email chain from the Strzok page text and related Crossfire Hurricane documents, released in late April 2020. As part of the document dump in General Michael Flynn's case, the dump came from the DOJ filing supporting Flynn's effort to withdraw his guilty plea, highlighting what many see as deep state misconduct in the Obama-era FBI's targeting of Trump associates. Key context, the overarching FBI operation was Crossfire Hurricane. The counterintelligence probe into alleged Trump-Russia ties started July 2016 on the hearsay about Papadopoulos. Individuals' targets got Crossfire sub-code names. Okay. Crossfire Razor, Michael Flynn, confirmed across multiple primary sources and D-class docs. Crossfire Typhoon, George Papadopoulos, explicitly identified in Wikipedia summaries drawn from official reports, Senate intel docs, and FBI records. Crossfire Fury is Paul Manafort in some listings. Others, like Carter Page, had separate handlings, e.g., Dragon, Pfizer related. Okay. This screenshot shows FBI discussion involving Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Bill Priestap, and others about how to handle Flynn as incoming national security advisor without tipping off the new administration. They debate giving him a defensive briefing on foreign intel risks while monitoring his reaction, continuing surveillance, or doing an interview under a pretext, all to avoid shutting down the broader probe. The specific codes in the image, crosswind or crosswind, appears to be another target of a related matter, possibly unknown individual or an aspect of the investigation. It is mentioned in the context of briefing Flynn about it. This one remains less clearly identified in public sources. Some speculate it's yet another Trump orbit figure or a separate lead, but it's heavily redacted. Crossfire Typhoon, this is George Papadopoulos. The email references continuing to monitor or handle Crossfire Typhoon separately. Strzok and crew were weighing in about how to deal with Flynn without blowing the overall operation, including Typhoon, Papadopoulos. Bottom line, this is straight from the heart of the Russia hoax. Crossfire Hurricane scandal. The FBI had already found zero derogatory information on Flynn by early 2017. They even drafted a closure memo, okay, that Flynn is good, Flynn is safe. Okay. But Strzok intervened to keep Razor open right before the infamous White House ambush interview. The docs show the Bureau scheming to preserve the investigation into Trump world even as evidence evaporated. This is a classic example of weaponized government against patriots trying to serve America first. President Trump's D-class of the Barr Jensen reviews expose much of this rot. The deep state never wanted the truth. Did they want Flynn to undermine the incoming administration? That is my question, and it stands, Shady.
Wow. What about it? What do you think about that recap? Like everything that we've been seeing, everything that we've been saying, everything that we've been doing has been leading up to the time where all of this stuff starts to come out in a way where the media can't put a cap on it. Yeah. We're running up into the midterms. The midterms is 2026. I think that Donald Trump is getting ready to ramp up his it's campaign time. I think he's going to get out there and do some rallies and start to really support some people and maybe even start to go after some people like Thomas Massey and Rand Paul and a number of other Josh Hawley not doing good. Number of other people really messing up out there. So we're going to have to we're going to have to beat them all back this midterm.
So there's one more post that I forgot, Shiger, 4456 on 6/11/2020. It goes to an article with Judiciary Crossfire Hurricane, FISA process, committee approved 12-10 today. Why it matters. Graham now has sweeping authority to subpoena documents and more than 50 individuals related to the Russia investigation, including former FBI Director James Comey, former CIA Director John Brennan, and former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper. Okay, and then here is the above that above link is actually gone. Okay, excuse me. That's okay. That's the first link. Chairman Graham announces committee to consider subpoena authorization. Okay, did that happen, Shady? I don't think it did.
I think it did happen, but nothing came of it.
Right. And then this is the second article right here. Senate Judiciary gives Graham sweeping subpoena powers in review of Russia probe. I actually got the archived link if you guys want to read it, but that's this is the article, and this is the last one. So this is the last one right here, just Crossfire Hurricane right here, and the article is Peter Strzok, FBI Crossfire Hurricane, watching Trump the day he took oath of office. That was behind paywall, but it's archived for you guys. Shady Groove, wow, just crazy what we're about ready to find out.
I think that it is. It's getting ready to be a massive, massive red pill for the country to realize that, yes, Donald Trump was targeted. Yes, he was right. Yes, he is currently doing exactly what it is that the American people elected him to do. And he's also going to continue to do what the American people elected him to do. I think that they think that they can weaken him, but I don't think that they understand that by lying and manipulating and being deceptive in an attempt to weaken someone, you end up weakening yourself. And I think that would apply to you in your real life also. If you set out on a mission to undermine, lie, deceive, or compromise someone that has absolutely no basis in reality, and it's all like being conjured up in your own mind, you're going to entertain the same results. And so I think that this is a big moment in America for us to realize that, number one, our actions have consequences, and number two, words aren't actions. Okay, so just because people say mean things don't mean they're doing mean things, and just because people say they're not doing mean things doesn't mean they're not doing mean things. We've got to be able to discern for ourselves, and we also have to be able to do it through this crazy psychotic filter of every single thing in the world is a conspiracy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And are you still trusting the plan, Shady?
Yes, sir.
I am too. Now that I see it fully unfolding in front of our eyes, guys, and that's no black pill. We're just reporting on what we reported on. Okay, a long time ago, we reported on it and were attacked heavily because of it. Remember, the U.S. Department of Labor said Patriots are in control and trust the plan, Shady Groove. And I think we're going to go out with Trust the Plan song.
They keep acting like that we're looking for retribution. We are not looking for retribution, guys. Retribution is not the same thing as redemption. Looking for redemption. That is justice in law. Whereas the people that did things that, once you've gotten a bunch of the criminals out of the system and everybody in the system isn't a criminal, all of a sudden you can't compromise everybody and the system begins to work again. And now all these idiots out there start screaming at you like, oh, you trust the government now, do you?
The one that I elected in there, yes.
Yes, sir. You see the little game that they play, the game that we knew that they would play a long time ago, but not very many people wanted to believe us then.
That's right. And Shady Grove, we're going to get out of here right now because I don't know if you know what time it is.
I know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time.
It's time. God bless you all. Rumble Wallet, guys. Get it on your phone. Understand how to do it. It's awesome. Use it for your own personal and maybe to tip your favorite MG show creators. God bless you all. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Shady Grove, good show.
We're your only MG show creators.
Yeah.
Rising, logic takes its toll. Emotions weaponized, plants inserted deep. Logic exposes truth, no secrets left to keep. The snowball's rolling, no stopping it now. D5 avalanche coming, hear the thunder somehow. Trust the plan. Trust the plan. The information coming will intensify resolve. Pure evil exposed, watch the corrupt dissolve. Hussein's abuse of power, domestic and foreign hands. The Great Awakening spreading across the lands. Conspiracy no more. God bless the Patriots, let the storm begin. Trust the plan. Stay the course and trust the plan. Protective measures are in place. Remain brave. We knew this day.
The swamp is being drained, resignations flow. Insurance policy exposed, their panic starts to show. They never thought she would lose, careless blind, no such agency watching, nothing left behind. April showers bring the pain, Iron Eagle soaring, breaking every chain. Shout out MG, Show Matrix and Shady Crew, dropping red pills daily, waking me and you. MG music on a beat, anthems firing loud, Patriots locked and loaded, standing tall and proud.
You cannot imagine the size of this. More good than bad, the world is with us. We are not alone, connected in the fight. Patriots unite, we own the night. Future proofs past, history books will show. The message is ready now, the whole world knows. Trust the play, stay the course and trust the play. We are winning, big arrests will come. God and country, the battle's won. Every single day they fall literally. For God and country, victory. Trust the land. Where we go one, we go all. Godspeed, Patriots.
www.mg.show. Boom.